headline of the hour. This is the most important thing that has happened so far. The Supreme Court has upheld the individual mandate, essentially affirming that President Obama's health care law is indeed constitutional. And the Congress did not exceed its authority when it essentially ordered every American to buy health insurance. Joining us now on the set here in Washington is Ted Ruger, constitutional law professor at the University of Pennsylvania Law School. Ted, what does this say about the relationship of the Congress and the individual and how the Supreme Court has looked at all of this?
Well, this is a crucial opinion for health policy, but beyond that, it says from the early reports that the court upheld this. It suggests that a majority of justices found that Congress does have the power to create incentives for behavior by using the tax code. If indeed they based it on the taxing power, this is kind of like the way that we get tax breaks when we buy a home and take out a mortgage. There's lots of parts of the tax code that are used to create incentives to do something or not to do something. And if indeed they use the tax power here, they're saying that this is very much like that kind of power.
What do you make of the fact that Chief Justice Roberts, a very conservative justice, has sided with the liberals in finding that the individual mandate is indeed constitutional?
Well, I think it suggests that as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts is uniquely sensitive to the judicial role, and he wrote in an opinion just a few days ago about the importance of some deference to the politically elected branches, Congress and the President. The judges, of course, are not subject to re-election. And when we read the full opinion, I suspect that part of the reason he joined and wrote this opinion reflects the notion that the court needs to defer somewhat to Congress and the President in making these policy choices.
Under the rules of the court, Justice Roberts can assign the majority opinion to a justice for writing only if he is in the majority himself. So he obviously decided to be in the majority and decided to assign the opinion to himself to write so that he could craft it in his own language.
Sure. It's a key power of the Chief Justice is the authority to keep the opinion for himself and thus perhaps shape the law. So one of the things we'll look for in the opinion may be, although they upheld the statute today, did they lay down any restrictions for congressional power in future cases?
Thank you very much, Ted.